to let you guys know that Rakita is not apologizing for being me, okay? I am unapologetically Key. I'm not apologizing for anything. Anything that I've been through, anything that I said, anything that I've done, I don't regret it. You know what I mean? And not anything that God has put me through, I don't regret it. I used to regret things like that, but I don't anymore. Guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Also hit the notification bell, which is on the side of the subscribe button, sis. I promise you, you're not gonna be mad at all, baby girl. And last but not least, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and let's get straight into the video. Changed my channel name to Unapologetically Key, and for the longest I was going back and forth with this name, you know, but I felt like it is just so me, you know, like I'm not about to apologize for who I am. And if you don't like it, baby girl, I want to not apologize for not making videos, but I want to share with you guys the reason why I haven't been so thirsty to make videos and stuff like that. Not that I don't love you guys. You guys have been literally sending me messages, and that's the reason what put me to get on here and get it together, baby girl. Come correct, okay? I had to come on here correct because I was like, let me come on here right, all right? So I started this channel, you guys. I started this channel with a purpose, and my purpose was to help young girls that may be on the wrong path, young girls that may have, you know, did drugs, or may have dated drug dealers, or may have been in and out of the foster system, been in and out of jail, abusive relationships. That was my bigger purpose for me to be even on this platform, is to, you know, like to help others. And even if you may not have been in certain situations, but there's some, in some way, shape, or form, you're on this channel, you can relate to me in some type of way. And so that's the real reason, you know, like I started this channel to help others. And somehow in there I got caught up once I got monetized, because then now I'm like trying to do this X, Y, and Z. I can get people to watch the videos so that I can get paid and this and that. And I was just like, you know what? I really got to a point where I was like, I really do not care about YouTube. You know, not that I don't care about the people. I do not care about YouTube, or I'm not going to allow it to make me go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make this money, or trying to do this, or trying to do that. You guys, I was really in a place where I was telling God, like, if this isn't for me, I'm ready to go work a 9 to 5. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even with my business, like, it's a lot of stuff that has been going on and transpired with that. You know what I mean? And I just told myself, like, I'm not forcing myself to do anything, especially a lot of people tell me, like, girl, you was making money, Money will never be my motivation. I am not money motivated. I get motivated from the old woman that I used to be, that I don't want to be no more. I get motivated when I see comments in the comment section talk about, you know, like, I encourage somebody, I inspire somebody, I uplift somebody, you know what I mean? I get motivated by my children and knowing that I want the best for their lives and their future. I get motivated by young girls that I can see that will be watching my videos and thinking like, man, I want to do better. I want to get closer to God. Like, I don't want to make these same mistakes. Like, I want to be a better person all around the board. Like, that's what I get motivated for. Be 100% honest about that. So with that being said, that's what really slowed me down. And I'm just like, I'm not even about to just jump back out here and just be doing hecka videos. The only videos that I'm gonna do is if it touches my heart, if it inspires me, if I feel like it's gonna uplift somebody else, if it's gonna help somebody get through something, then that's the videos that you guys are gonna see, you know. And then I'll do other videos. Like, I love fashion, I love things, like there's a lot of stuff that I love and that I'm into, you know what I mean? So that's just that. I just been in a place where I just kind of needed an outlet to kind of talk to you guys about a lot of things that I'm facing, a lot of things that I'm going through. Like, you know, outside of YouTube and my natural life, like, I really got very quiet. I feel like I just don't trust anybody anymore. A lot of people don't deserve your energy. A lot of people don't deserve your presence. A lot of people don't deserve a lot of stuff, you know? And you got to be watchful of who you're spending your time with, who you're pouring. Like, I feel like sometimes you can pour so much into others and you don't get that thing back in return. A lot of people don't understand that. My boyfriend got killed, and the betrayal that came with that, with somebody that I thought that I knew for 6 years. Like, I really turned into a different person. And a lot of people think they really don't think about that situation anymore, because obviously it wasn't them. They didn't have to go through they didn't have to walk through what I had to walk through and see the camera through my lens and go through everything. But the thing about it is, there was a girl that I thought that was my friend, and I trusted her, you know, and I had her around my children. I had her in my home when she didn't have nowhere to go. I let her come stay with me several times, you know what I mean? And she betrayed me. And for now, like, I really be watching my back. Like, if any little thing that I see that's funny, if I see you moving funny, if I see anything that is just not right, I'm cutting you off, and I'm not apologizing for that. You know what I mean? And I see a lot of stuff, okay? And I feel like my character has been like played with to the utmost. I feel like, you know, just who I am as a person. But then I had to realize those people really don't know you, because they wouldn't talk like that. They wouldn't speak like that. They wouldn't even think like that about you. If some people that really know you is not going to think that, you know, think those type of things about you. You know what I mean? And so that's what I had to come to the realization is that I open myself too freely. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm a super transparent and super open person. Like, I can sit down and have a conversation with you, just meeting you, and I literally, within 5 minutes, I'm telling you something that, like, is really deep about me. You know what I mean? And I just can't help that, because I really just don't care when it comes to that. And I've always been that type of way. So the friends that I used to have in the past, like, they were very, like, conservative about what they shared. You know, they didn't want to share embarrassing things. They didn't want to share when they were down, things, you know, like things that they didn't want people to know. And me personally, I always felt like I don't care who knows what, because after I share this, like, I know that I'm always gonna come up. Like, I know I'm always gonna rise above this, you know. So I never really been a type of person to really care about what anybody thought of me, how anybody felt about the things that I was going through, the things that I faced. And a lot of people, trust me, had a lot to say about my relationships, about me as a person, and a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of people talked down on me, and it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Because look at the woman that I am today. And so I just feel like I'm not apologizing anymore for who I am. And if you don't know me, I don't want to be around people that feel like that I would be jealous of them, that feel like that I would be in competition with them, that feel like that I wouldn't want nothing but the best that God has for them. You don't need to be around me. And you don't need to be around anybody that questions your character, questions who you are as a person, questions your morals, questions your values, unless it's questionable. But if I've never given that, and that's one thing that I will say, all my friends that I've had back in the days, and I've had a lot of friends that over excelled in me in so many different levels. I've had friends that graduated from college. I've had friends had houses built from the ground up. I've had friends that was able to live the finer things in life, and, you know, go and take their families on trips and this and that. But one thing that they can never say is that I have ever been jealous of them, or I've ever felt any type of way. I feel like anything that a person can have, I can get. Then let's take it a step further. If we're gonna talk about jealousy and just like, let's say, characteristics and traits, I will never be jealous. There is things that I want to be more like. I want to be like people that are more like Christ. I want to be like people that are able to stand and not show their trials and their tests when they're going through things, because I know that I show a lot. Like, you can see on my face, if I don't like you, you gon' know it. And that's one thing that people should know. My love don't never be fake. If I do not like you, I'm not going to sit in your face. I'm not going to come around you. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to listen to you and your problems. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to do none of that. And anybody that knows me should know that if I don't like you, you're going to know it. You're not going to question it. You're not going to be thinking like, is she in my face and she really don't like me? You're not going to even question that, because at the end of the day, if I don't like you, I'm not going to be in your face. And that's just facts. You know what I mean? And I'm to a point right now where it's not that there's no person on this earth that I just dislike, except for the girl that, you know, like, put me in a position to where my family was put in danger, my child was put in danger, and someone had to get killed. That's the only person that I really do not like. You know what I mean? Other than that, I can be able to move on from situations and don't even trip. I can, like, literally legitimately fall back from situations and don't trip. Like, I'm not gonna talk about you behind your back. I'm not gonna dog you out. I just see that it's just not working. And the thing is, I have boundaries, which I didn't used to have before. Like, there's this friend that I had, and she's so used to, you know, being able to say whatever she wants, be disrespectful, be super selfish, and I just allowed it. I'm not gonna lie, I allowed it because I knew that I knew where I can take things. I know how I can get. So I just like avoid situations at all costs. So a lot of people are still looking for the old me. So when she came to me, like last week, she came to me and she was like, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z for me? And I'm like, I'm going through something right quick with my family. Like, I'm not going to be able to do it. Sorry. You feel me? And for that, I feel like you should move on from that and keep it pushing, right? No. Instead of her just taking my no for an answer, she decided that she wanted to flip it, victimize it, start talking about herself, and see me like now I'm a very calm person. Like, I do not get angry right off the back. Like, I used to get angry right off the back, but now I really am not like that. So I'm literally like analyzing what she's saying, and I'm like, this is selfish. That is a huge pet peeve of mine. If anybody knows me, knows that I do not like selfishness. It's not a thing that I will be willing to tolerate at all, under no circumstances, you know? So it just screams selfishness, and I politely told her, like, you're being selfish. And then she decided to go on talking more about herself. I'm like, I'm disturbed that you're calling me selfish. And I sent her the definition of selfish, because it was definitely what was going on right there at that point. And I understand that she may have took it as disrespect, but I'm just trying to break it down to you, sweetie. Like, I'm trying to let you know, like, that is a boundary you're crossing, and I'm not liking it. So, you know, and then she wanted to go on and on and on. And then once I realized that, I'm just like, okay, hands up. Like, I throw in the towel. I have no more response. I'm going to walk away from this, and I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're on two different paths right here. You know what I mean? And that took a lot, because for a long time, I never really did that, not because I was scared of her or anything. It's just because I felt like, you know, like when I feel like I'm the older one, and I feel like I'm the more responsible one, so I could take a lot more. And it's like, oh, well, I know how, that's just how you are. That's just how she is. Like, I'm not going to worry about it. That's just her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like at a point right now that people don't understand, like, due to the betrayal and somebody that I've known for 6 years, and people really don't realize how much that situation has changed me. It changed the way that I move. I don't just go anywhere. I don't go out really late at night. I don't hang out. I don't do this. I don't do that. A lot of times I am at home. If I'm going somewhere, it's to a kid's party or to a birthday party. That's the most that I've ever did, is go to a kid's birthday party. You know what I mean? A lot of people are not seeing the reason why I'm moving the way that I'm moving, and it's because they're selfish. They care about themselves, because if they cared about me, they would realize, like, wait a minute. She did slow down. She's not doing this. She's very cautious about the way that she moves, the people she surrounds herself with, how she encounters, and, you know, not interact and all that type of stuff. So with that being said, it's just like, I am able to cut people off way more quickly. And I just feel like this. I don't want anybody around me that feels like I am competing with them. One thing about it, and two things is for sure. Rakita will never compete with nobody down here on this earth besides the old me. If I'm going to be competing, I'm going to be competing with 16, 17-year-old girl that was out here that was lost. You know what I'm saying? Going from foster home to foster home. That girl that was out on these streets for real, in these streets for real at 17, 18 years old. You know what I mean? That girl, you know, that was dealing with drugs, selling drugs, taking drugs, drinking, smoking, like in abusive relationships, like, you know, in shootouts, and you know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, I am competing with that girl. That's the only girl that I'm going to be competing with, is the old me, the old person, and the old version of who I do not ever want to be, and the person that I'm trying to be today. Respectfully, we are not the same. My ultimate goal in life is really to help younger women, young ladies, young girls who are pregnant, that's had kids at an early age, that's dealt with drugs, that's dealing with foster system, that's dealing with, you know, being abused, you know, all type of stuff. So to ever think that I would ever, you're full of yourself. You got to be, and you really don't know me, because I would never be that type of person. That's not how I move. That's not my energy. That's not the energy that I bring to anybody. If anything, I give more than I ever get. And that's facts. Anybody that calls me, like, I got you. Like, I'm really that one. Like, I am really that girl. You know what I mean? So don't ever think, and a lot of people fail to realize that, like, they listen to my stories and they hear me say, oh, I was insecure about this or insecure about that. And they're thinking that, like, I really hate me. Like, I am raw. Like, and that's just that on that. There is nobody out here that I want to be other than the better version of myself. Like, I am raw personality wise, like, smart, educated, street smart, book smart, whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm all of that. Like, why would I want to be anything else? Like, and why would you even think of me to want to be anything else? You know what I mean? But it's because people listen to your things that you talk about, and then they'll use it against you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and that's just like, nah, like, that's just a no-go for me. I want to be around nobody that even feel like that. If you feel any type of way, if you feel like I'm trying to be in any type of competition with you, if you feel like I don't even want to be around you, like, me and you are not the same. If we put you in my shoes, you couldn't walk a mile, and you couldn't even take 2 steps and stand on 10 toes and half of the stuff that I've been through. Respectfully, like, stop playing with me. Like, I am not one of them. Like, I always been that girl. I've been that girl since middle school, elementary school, high school. I never, like, people really like me, like, for real, you know? Unless you hating about a dude that you used to talk to. But other than that, I'm really that one, like, and not in no cocky way, like, humbly speaking. Like, there's nobody that I want to be like, but then the better version of myself. So that's where it began it's just getting real twisted. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you ever think that? Let's put that one to bed, rest it, roll it up, wrap it up in a bow, and, you know, ship that thing down the lane. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to let you guys know that Rakita is not apologizing for being me, okay? I am unapologetically Key. I'm not apologizing for anything that I've been through, anything that I said, anything that I've done. I don't regret it. You know what I mean? And not anything that God has put me through, I don't regret it. I used to regret things like that, but I don't anymore. It's what it is. And I feel like you should never apologize for being yourself. I feel like you should always set standards for yourself. You should never let anybody treat you anything less than, and you should set boundaries. And if people don't respect that, then they got to kick rocks and don't smoke them. One thing about it is, if I could let go of my mama, I'm gonna let go of anybody. So if you like this video, please do not forget to turn on your post notifications. I'll catch you guys in my next video.